So I am Vince Harman, pastor at Christ Lutheran Church and Yuma Lutheran School. Most people know us by Yuma Lutheran School. I go around the community all the time asking, have you heard of Christ Lutheran Church? No. Yuma Lutheran School? Yes. We have a school of 455 kids that come to our campus every day. We get to teach them academics, but also the love of Jesus Christ. So we're just so blessed to be able to mentor and help kids from a young age up through 8th grade in our campus. Christ Lutheran Church started by Calvary Lutheran Church on 7th Street and 7th Avenue. They started a school back in 68 years ago by the name of Dorothy Bell. They started one kindergarten class and then continued to have that. Those kids went to public school, and then they did that for 5 years, and then they started first grade class. And then they outgrew the facility, and they bought the property that we're at and started another church called Christ Lutheran Church. At that time, the school moved over to our campus called Yuma Lutheran School, and that's why the name is different than the church name. But I just give you that information just to share who we are. And so the church school has been around 68 years. The church has been, this is our 61st year. And so we've been in the community quite a while, and just a blessing to the community. So a little bit about us. Our mission statement is Christ Lutheran Church and Yuma Lutheran School exist to make and multiply disciples of Christ who are deployed to share God's love and care for all people. That's what we care about. That's our passion. That's our mandate. Now, some of the things that just want to share with you are core values. You would align with these core values whether you have faith or not. First of all, I think everyone here wants people's lives transformed, right? We happen to believe Jesus is the one who transformed people's lives, but also there are the physical, the emotional things that you were just talking about as well. Those things also people need help with. So I can't tell you how many people over the years that I've had the encounter with the people with a drug addiction or alcohol addiction or mental illness, or just people needing help and just trying to find resources in the community to help people in their need. Because we, as a church, we don't have that. We have some ability to help people, but a lot of those things we rely on the community and the different resources that are in Yuma. Community is our context. That's all of us. We see the whole community of Yuma is our context, why we're here, why we exist. Just like you, Dale, I'm not from here either. I grew up in Phoenix. I never thought once in my life I'd live in Yuma, Arizona. Now we've lived here 30 years. So we love it here, but we love the community. Grace enables us to love all people. I think hopefully people agree that we need to love all people. Serve is how we care for others. It's so important. You guys do that. So many people serve our community. That's one thing I like about Yuma is people here rally around a cause or something important that needs to be done, and it gets done. And so I just love the community here. Prayer keeps us seeking God's will for us. What does God want us to do? And mission is our mandate. We aren't here just to serve ourselves. We're here to serve the community and to reach more people so that their life can be transformed. So that's core values. I think you would align with some of those. So why the coalition? Why are we here? I think that's important. So there's the from the church side of things as a pastor, and then the personal. Let's start with the church side. First of all, I'm inspired by what you do in our community. So I came here originally to help Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition. That was, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But then as I started coming to these meetings, I was just inspired by the different talks, the resources, and just knowing what's involved in knowing the resources that we have in our community is so helpful. So that when I encounter people who need help, I can now start pointing them or helping them get to those resources that are needed. So personally, I've been inspired by coming here and listening to the presenters and just getting to know people. That's been a blessing to me. It's also important to know what resources are available in Yuma County and Arizona. So again, that's why I think this coalition is so great. The number of people that are represented here, and just whether they come every month or every other month, you find out what are the resources that are needed, that we have that we can share with other people. So that's so important. Also, looking for ways to partner with other ministries or organizations. So again, always looking for how can we, as a church, as a school, how can we partner with other organization ministries to serve the people that we serve as well, or how can we help in serving other people in their ministries or organizations. So looking for that. And then meeting together is a great way of getting to know more people in Yuma and with a shared vision. So I would think we would have a shared vision if you're attending these meetings on a monthly basis, and just the number of people that come and continue to come is amazing. So there's that shared vision of this coalition. So that's just us as a ministry, Christ Lutheran Church, Yuma Lutheran School, as the pastor, looking for ways, how can we help? How can we reach out in the community more? How can the community then, what resources are available that we can use as well? So it's just a great collaboration. Also, why the coalition? It's very personal for our family. That's what I want to talk about. Is you can have kids that have great mentors. You can have kids that have wonderful upbringing, and then tragedy strikes, and then you have to deal with that. So I'm going to talk about that. It's something we've been looking for since 2013. So, and that's what I'm ultimately want to talk about, is we've been looking for something to engage with, to support, because of what's happened to our family. And that's when I started a tournament that I'll talk about here, and then I just found out about Anti-Drug Coalition at the time a couple years ago, and that's why that's how I got connected with this. So these are kids. I've been married to my wife Tammy for 40 years. We have 4 kids. Sarah is in the middle, our daughter Rachel, and Jacob, and the youngest one is Caleb. Caleb is now 21, so you can see this picture is a little bit older, but he's now 21, graduating from college in Niagara University in May. So, but those are our kids. The one I want to talk about is Sarah. Sarah is our daughter, our oldest, who enjoyed life. She loved people. She was talented at basketball. She played basketball. She was then she decided to go out for cross country to get in shape for basketball. And then she found out she was a pretty good runner. And then through great coaching and just being part of that team, actually their team won the state championship twice at Yuma Catholic her junior and senior year. So she was a basketball player. She ran cross country. She loved music. She played drums. She recorded her own music on really, really horrible equipment. It's just stuff she put together, but she did that. She loved doing that, and she attended her church and was very loving family, mentored by great coaches, and just life was good. And she was graduated from high school, did well in high school, and was off, and we had great hopes and plans for her in the future as well. So what happened is that she was involved. She went to school here at AWC for a year. Then she went to started going to school at ASU, and then she was involved in an automobile accident, and then she was prescribed OxyContin, and she got addicted. So she had automobile accident, got prescription drugs, and she got the OxyContin for pain relief, and over time she became addicted, and she could easily find the medication, either going from different doctors to different doctors. We found this out later after going through some of her stuff. I couldn't believe how many different places she could go to get what she needed to get just by going to other doctors. Or she could find it on the street. And so that's something that was easy for her to find as well. And then just, there was other complications as well, but over time she became addicted. 2011, Sarah needed help and was admitted to a treatment center, which we thought, okay, this is great, because she was in a treatment center, she did really well, she was clean, and she said, I haven't felt so good in a long time. And it was just like answered prayers. Okay, she's going to get out of this. She's clean. She's good. Bring her back home. And she said, no, I'm going to stay here. And we were a little disappointed by that. And the reason is, it just takes one person. We say the same thing in the church. It takes one person, invite one person to church, invite one person to know the Lord. That's all it takes, one person. But it also takes one person to go the other direction as well. One person to say, come this way, stay here. And she was convinced to do that. And that was not good for her. So anyway, she came out of the treatment center. She returned to the same environment, which many of you know is not the good thing to do when you're in an environment that isn't helpful. And she continued in her addiction. And I can tell you, as a dad, I went to Phoenix 3 times to pick her up. So I had conversations with her. So we were just starting to find all this out. We didn't know some of these things that were going on, because she didn't share that with us. But we started finding out more and more what was going on in her life and how her life was challenged. And so I talked to her and said, hey, why don't you come back to Yuma? Why don't you come back home just for a little while and then just figure things out. We'll help you. And so I went to Phoenix 3 times. The first time, ready to bring her home, she just could not get in the car. Second time, third time. And that's probably one of the most helpless things as a dad, to know you're there to help your child, to be there ready to help them. And she just, now I know why. It's all because of the addiction that she had and the things that she was struggling with that we didn't, again, know all of it yet at that time, because she was keeping that from us. And it wasn't like I didn't see her. I would go there, go to meetings in Phoenix, have lunch with her, spend time with her. And so communication was weekly. I mean, we talked to her on a regular basis. So she did want to get clean. So that what she did is she began going to a clinic that prescribes methadone and to help with the addiction. And so she was going every day to get this methadone. And she would get double dose on Saturday, so she would have it for Sunday. So every day she would get her dose, and they would test her, see how she's doing. And every once in a while she'd be tested positive, and she'd continue to be on this methadone treatment. I didn't know anything about methadone. I didn't know anything about treatments like that. My wife didn't either. And so we learned about all that too. And so, because she really wanted to get off of this. She did not like her life. She did not like what she was doing, because she knew what was good. She knew what life was like before all of this. And also our youngest son, who she just loved as well, because he came 12 years after our first youngest son. First youngest son, second youngest son. The reason is because there was a 12-year gap. And she just loved spending time with him and wanted to get clean because of one of the reasons, because of him and our family. So anyway, she went to get her methadone, and she wasn't feeling well. This was on Wednesday. She started not feeling well. She took methadone. She went home. She took a nap, and she never woke up, and she died in her sleep. And she was, when they did an autopsy, she didn't have any Oxycontin or anything in her system at all. But something with the methadone probably affected her heart or whatever it was that she just died. And that was just horrible, probably the horrible, worst day of our life. She went from a person who enjoyed life to someone who became afraid and dependent on Oxycontin. And even though her death wasn't caused by an overdose, it was determined accidental. This highly addictive drug certainly did have a lot to do with ending her life at the age of 25. And I can tell you as a parent, I lost a brother when I was a junior in college. That was horrible. I always wondered what my parents went through when they lost their son. The crazy thing about my brother, he went to the Naval Academy. He graduated, and then he became a navigator for A6 Intruder bomber plane, and was in Virginia, and came out to surprise my parents in Phoenix. And the last place the plane landed was Yuma, Arizona, before it took off and it crashed in the Chocolate Mountains as they were doing just maneuvers. So again, an accidental death. So I was wondering what my parents went through when they lost their son, because they didn't talk about it much. We talked about our brother, but it's not that we didn't talk about it, but just never knew. And then found out what it was like to lose a child. And then I saw them. They saw them and what it was like to lose a grandchild as well. So, so with that, having the tragedy of losing a child, I can tell you this: if it wasn't for our faith in Christ, I wouldn't be here today. There's no way. And I had to really. Do I really believe everything I preach and teach? Is this something is it real or not? And it is, because that's when rubber meets the road. And it just, again, I always knew that, but at the same time, this is where it's tested. Because I know where she's at. She never lost her faith. She went down a road, a path that wasn't good for her. And yet at the same time, I know where she's at today because of faith and the hope that we have in Christ. So, as a family, we want to do something to really not just remember her, but also help other kids. And that's why I say we were looking for something to connect with, to help kids so they don't get into the same problem. And so that's when we started 12 years ago, this 12th annual 3-on-3 Pastor Harman Memorial Basketball Tournament. We have every year. There's a flyer here. That's sticking to the microphone. Sorry about that. A big click. So this year it's on March 13th and 14th. This tournament is for kids 10 and under, 11, 12. These are the brackets: 13, 14, 15 to 18, 19 to 29, 29 to 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and whatever age anybody wants to play. I think our oldest person was 67 who played. I'm 63. I played a couple years ago. But anyway, it's men and women, boys and girls. And so over the years, what we've done, all of this money, none of it goes to our church. All the money has stayed in Yuma to help. So we've helped Amberley's Place. We've helped some other kids with other needs that they have. And then last year we gave all the money to this coalition. And then we've helped with the grad night as well. So it's just one way that we are trying to connect with the community and help kids that are in trouble or need help. And that's why we're connected with it. So when I first saw it on social media the first time, I go, what is this anti-drug coalition? And then Shelley Mellon's name was attached to it, and I'd known her for years. Her kids went to our school. And so I started looking into it and seeing, okay, is this the thing that we've been looking for to support so that we can help other kids? So, yeah, that's our story. That's why I'm using the mic, because it's very emotional, and yet at the same time, it's very. I'm so thankful for this group, this coalition that is working hard to just help the people in this community. So, any questions? Yeah, you're welcome.